Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation, guys. This is it. It is match day finally. It is the Viaplay League Cup final. It is Rangers versus Aberdeen today. Who's nervous, guys? Who is feeling on edge? I've had the match day butterfly since I woke up this morning. Juicy Bear Gaming says he's not nervous. There we go. Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. Do you know why I'm nervous? I'm nervous because I know what happens. It always happens. Rangers always do let us down, don't they? But let's hope today, after Thursday, is a turning point. While the team is out, the team has been named for today's game. And I think it's pretty much as a lot of us had expected going into this game today for the lineup. This is it. So, Butland in goal. No surprise there that Jack is in goal. Back four, James Tavernier, the captain, Connor Goldson, Leon Balogun back into the team for Ben Davies. That's one change from Thursday night. And Borna Barisic starts at left back. Personally, would have preferred to see Ridvan there, but I couldn't see. I couldn't see, given the height of the strikers and given the way that Aberdeen play, I couldn't really see Phillipe Clement going with Ridvan. Also, Ridvan's had a lack of first team minutes. No surprise as well with the two holding players. Super John Lundstrom is there. Alongside him is Dujon Sterling. I think given what the manager was saying the other day, it's not much of a surprise that Dujon Sterling is there playing alongside John Lundstrom. Guys, John Lundstrom, is it time today to bring back the song? Has he finally earned the right to have his song sung again? I think he's been superb the last few games. And you know that I've criticised him. You know, hello, Malky. Good afternoon, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, I know that I have criticised him in the past, but so far this season, he has been phenomenal, guys. Utterly phenomenal. We're streaming across YouTube and Twitter for this podcast, pre-game podcast. Then you've got our front three. Great to see Todd Canwell back in the team, obviously over Sam Lammers. Look, I thought Thursday night was brilliant. I thought the lads were absolutely fabulous. Don't get me wrong. I thought they were brilliant. But the one player for me who was an absolute letdown on Thursday, the one player who was just absolutely a waste of a jersey on Thursday was Sam Lammers. So it's great to see Sam Lammers not in the team this afternoon. So we've got Ross McCausland on the right. The young man have the freedom of Hampden, hopefully today, to run at that Aberdeen defence. Todd Canwell in the 10 role. I really hope that Todd takes this opportunity to go out there and show everyone how bloody good he is. Seema is in, obviously our top goal scorer at the moment, the man of the moment, Mr. 14 goals himself, and Cyril Dessers starts up front. Cyril, 2 goals in 2. Let's hope that he gets that, carries on that pattern today. We've got some more people joining in today. We've got fantastic Mr. Fox. Hello, good afternoon, fantastic. How are you doing, buddy? We've got Hiring and Troops. Good afternoon, Decider. How you doing? Jim Cunningham, hello. We are the people has joined on Twitter. The Duke has joined on Twitter. Heart and Hand guy, apparently. Wow, fantastic to have you here. Look, I think that team is pretty much what we expected. It is, I think, on paper, as we know, football is not played on paper. It is the strongest team that we can possibly put out today, given the injuries and all the problems we have in terms of team selection, given the fact that we're missing Tom Lawrence, we're missing Nicholas Raskin, we're missing Ryan Jack, who, again, is injured, and big questions need to be asked of Ryan Jack's future at the club. Danilo is out, obviously, as well. Great to see Leon back in the team. I think Balogun's been one of our best defenders this season. So, for me, a great to see him back. The subs today are McCrory, Ridvan, Suter, Lammers, Matondo, Dowell on the bench. Wow, that is a surprise. We'll talk about that in a moment. Scott Wright, Mr. Hampden himself, Kamar Roof and Leon King also back. That's quite a strong bench, actually. We have got a situation. The first name that jumps out at me there from that bench is Kieran Dowell. Now, Kieran obviously has not been in the team at all. And there was huge rumours surrounding Kieran in his future. A lot of people thinking that Kieran would be gone, that he would be leaving in January, that he's been told to find a new club. That was the rumour. But now he's on the bench today. Wow, what a revelation that is, that Kieran Dowell is available. Maybe it was that he wasn't fully fit. Maybe that was the situation. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Callum says, let's fucking do this, Rangers. Agreed, Callum. Let's do this. Afternoon, Stephen. How you doing, buddy? John, all the way from Frankfurt. Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon to Owen and all the teddy bears in the chat. Let's make this a great week to be a Ranger. 100%. Let's make this a Carlsberg week. Can we submit a new squad for the Europa last 16 NH 1999? Yes, you can. So, yeah, Phillipe Clement will pick his squad for the last 16. So it's up to him who is in that squad. So don't worry about that, buddy. It is all good. Odes has joined on Twitter as well to watch. And we've got Laura Hatton. Laura, hey, Laura, how you doing? She's over the moon. Todd is back. Laura will be on a podcast with me on Tuesday, guys. If you want to see more of Laura, come and join me on Tuesday. Hey, Laura, I hope you're good. Duncan, how you doing? Great to see you. Good afternoon, Duncan. Good afternoon, Duncan. Guys, it is a strong team. It's the strongest team we can possibly name. I honestly think that it's a good team. It is a tough team. If you've just joined, it is Butland in goal, back four, Tav, Goldson, Balogun, Barisic, Lundstrom, Sterling, Cantwell, McCausland, Seamer, and Dessers. Absolutely, that is the strongest team. Now, look, let's talk a little bit about that team. Todd Canwell Sunday, Blue Nose, I certainly hope so. Stephen says hello to Laura. Looking forward to it. Remember to tune in 7:35 Tuesday. Yep, Laura is someone we're going to have on the channel an awful lot more, as long as she's available. I know she has a job and a son, and she's got a full-time commitment, but Laura is certainly someone I'm going to have on the channel an awful lot. She is a very knowledgeable Rangers fan and knows an awful lot about football, someone who genuinely knows something about the game. It'd be good to have Laura on board. But look, this team that we've named today I think it's the strongest team we can go for. It is. I think it's stronger than even it was on Thursday night. You look at that back four. For me, Leon Balogun coming back in, I think two things about that. Number one, Leon has been one of our best defenders this season. And a lot of people said, you know what, Leon's only here for cover. Leon's only here because of the King injury. Mark Grimes just tuned in. Mark, I will get it up on the screen for you again. Here we go. I'll talk behind the thing. Yeah, so look at it this way, because let's face it, you'd all rather look at, let's face it, Phillipe Clement, Todd Canwell, much better looking than me, aren't they? Much better looking than me. So there you go. 3-1 Rangers. Come on, let's do it. That is my prediction, Miss Fantastic, Mr. Fox. Yeah, so as I was saying, Big Leon is back in the defence. I think Big Leon has been our best defender this season. I think he really has. He's been solid at the back. The things that really impress me about Big Leon is, number one, he's no nonsense. He's a typical Rangers defender. He's a butcher, Goff, Amaruso. He's just no nonsense. He gets stuck in. He will block balls. He'll put his body on the line. He'll get a tackle in. But not only that, is he's got the ability to bring the ball out, to play football. And that's another thing that really impresses me about Leon Balogun. And I'll be honest with you, Leon Balogun is also, I think, gives Connor Goldson a lot more calmness. Goldson looks a better player when Balogun's alongside him. We've talked loads, haven't we, about the fact that that when Suter or Davis are playing left side defence, they look better when Connor's there. But Connor, for me, looks better when Leon's there. So Leon being back in, I think, is a great one, brilliant one. DC says 2-0 Dessers and Cantwell first half goals. DC says the lovely Laura back on Tuesday. She is, DC. She will be back on Tuesday, 7:35 on the channel. Come and join us. Come and join me and Laura. Steamer, Dessers and Tav also, Scott. I really hope so. Mark Grimes says 3-0 Owen, keeping a clean sheet today. I hope so. As Laura jumping in with a yes there. So, look, that's the first thing that jumps out at me. Leon Balogun, I think, is a big addition back into the team. A really good player. So I am really happy that he is back in the side today. Second thing for me on that team that jumps out, Dujon Sterling. Dujon Sterling been in the team, I think, is a real positive. He's played really well the last couple of games. It'll be interesting to see how he does from the start. And I think what's great is that I think he has benefited from the confidence that Phillipe Clement has shown in him, because Phillipe is certainly someone who I think is giving these players confidence. He's giving these players a belief in themselves that wasn't there previously. You look at the team as it is, and you look at you look at the whole situation around this team, and Phillipe Clement, I think, is giving these players a real sense of belief. Now, that was something that was massively missing from this squad under Michael Beale and to a certain extent under Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. That, when the going got tough, when the pressure came on, we seemed to hide, we seemed to go backwards, we seemed to give up, we seemed to bottle it, for want of a better word. But, you listen to John Lundstrom talk about Phillipe Clement. You look at the belief that he's shown in Dujon Sterling. And for me, it really is, just a confidence that he's given these players. And I think that is, hopefully Dujon Sterling today will repay that confidence and repay that faith that's been shown in him by Phillipe Clement, giving him the opportunity to actually, do well today. He talked about Phillipe. He talked about the fact that he has the ability to, he's a good passer of the ball. He's good in tackling. He can bring the ball forward. He's a very clever player. Let's hope that all, really comes through today for Dujon. And I'm pleased to see Dujon there. I really hope Dujon gets the opportunity to play. DC says, massive statement of intent if we lift the cup today. Absolutely, DC. This is a clarion call. This is a defining moment. This is a line in the sand moment. After what happened yesterday at Parkhead, You know, not only for me, one of the big things from yesterday was not only was it a defeat for them, but they're falling apart. Their fans are fighting each other. They're blaming the board. Rodgers does not have a clue. The team's gone backwards. It's not the same team it was under Ange. They're not a relentless team. That they've kind of become the team that we'd become last season. And that, for me, that's why today is so key. If we lift this trophy today, that will give this team a massive boost and really, I think, put us in an opportunity to really go on and smash them on in the league, in the rest of the competition. And I think we really do have an opportunity to actually win everything this season. Sterling is making a big difference in the midfield, says Mark Grimes. He's young, he's forward thinking. Absolutely. Nasser have joined. Welcome to our American friends over there in the US. I'm sure it's 2:00 here in the UK, so it's going to be around about let me work this out, about 9 o'clock Eastern on the Eastern Seaboard, about 1 a.m. in the morning between where I was back from, that would be 6 a.m. in the morning on the west coast of America. Joined. We go. Sterling to get an assist. That would be good, Mark, wouldn't it? Nasser says, here we go. Yes, Nasser, here we go. Come on, Rangers. Absolutely. Here we go, Ray. To steal a song of my favourite American football team. Here we go, Rangers. Here we go. There we go. That's the last I'm going to sing. Don't worry. The other thing, obviously, that is good, that I think stands out and jumps out at me, is the fact that Todd is back. Now, I don't know what Todd's been through this week. I don't know what his personal circumstances are. You know, he missed the Thursday night game for personal reasons, and I really hope, Todd and his family are good. But Todd today has got a great opportunity to really show what he is, to really broadcast the player that he is. Now, we saw Todd at the start of the season playing on the right, not playing well, not being the Todd Canwell that we saw last season. And I think fans had started to doubt Todd. I love Todd Canwell. I think he's great. But today is a chance for him in that tent, in that 10 role, really, not in a tent, in that 10 role, to really push it today and show how bloody good he is. For me, he is going to have an absolute vital role today. They will put they'll put a press on us. They'll block us. They'll stop us to try and play. So it's going to be about varying our points of attack today. It's going to be about us putting the high press on them. And Todd Canwell is outstanding at leading that high press for me. He really does lead that high press on their defense. And I think that is going to be absolutely key today. And then once we get the ball back, if we can win the ball back further up the pitch, that will obviously help us to get into them quicker. If you win the ball back in your own half, you give the team opposition, if you don't get it forward quick enough, time to reset, to block. And that's what they will do. Now, we'll talk about what we need to avoid in a minute. But for me, it's about varying the points of attack. It's about giving Cantwell the ball in and around the box and trying to get him to play little balls into the channels for Seamer, for McCausland, for Dessers, for Lundstrom, if he's the guy who's going to bomb on today, to really overwhelm them. But it's not just about that. It's about also Todd having his head up, getting it out wide, letting McCausland, letting Seamer run at their fullbacks. Those two have got the pace and the skill to go past their fullbacks. So at the end of the day, that's what we need to do. We can't just go with 1 point of attack. That was a lot of the issue around Michael Beale's Rangers. 1 point of attack, very much jammed in the middle, very much too concentrated in the middle. We need to vary our points of attack today and really go after them. Thank you, Stephen. Hit the like. Yep. Ronnie Taylor. Ronnie, hey, how you doing? Good to have you. Self-entitlement of them says it all about them. Win this today and hopefully kick us on for the rest of the season. Ronnie, that has got to be the hope today, that we kick on and we go for it from here. We are the people, guys. We are the people. Yeah, guys, 93 people watching. Please smash that like. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We are so close to that 4K target by the 31st of December. I think it's about 28, 29 subs away. So if you can get that, it'd be great to get that today. Thanks, Mark. Stuart, says, great to see young McCausland on from the start, win his first trophy as a Ranger, many more to come. Stuart, that has got to be the hope. That has got to be the hope. Welcome to Bailey. Todd the Prod, we are the people. 3-1 Rangers, bring it home, 100%. DC says, Aberdeen will fancy their chances and that will benefit us. Yeah, I think they'll try and play us. Now, one thing we've got to avoid today, massively. All right, I'm going to get to your comment in a minute. It's fucking making me laugh, buddy. One thing we've got to avoid today is letting them run off us. One of the big things at Pittodrie in that 1-1 game was that Sokola and Miovski both ran off our defence. Sokola missed thanks to an amazing save from Jack Butland. Miovski scores. Now, the issue we've got is that Connor and Leon are not the quickest in the world, are they? They're not speedy. The fullbacks are not great at covering back in and round behind because, again, both of the fullbacks and neither of them are really quick. Maybe Sterling drops back in to make a 3. I don't know, to help shield that defence. But for me, we've got to avoid them running off the back of us. That is what the big threat from this Aberdeen team. You know, Sokola and Bojan Miovski, they caused us problems at Pittodrie when they ran off us. And we've got to make sure we stay with that and track our runners. Look, this is their Champions League final. This is their biggest game. Of course, they're going to be up for it. We all know that Rangers versus Aberdeen, for Aberdeen fans, for Aberdeen, the team, is the biggest game in the calendar. We all know that Aberdeen cheat their fans. Graham Roberts said as much, didn't he? He said it was the same in the Sooners era, that Aberdeen cheat their fans. But yeah, today we've got to watch Miovski. We've got to watch Sokola. We've got to develop a strategy to cover them and stop them from playing. I think McGrath as well in their 10 role. That's a job for Dujon Sterling. It's definitely something that needs to be done. RM says today, 3 o'clock movie, Silence of the Lambs. Love it, RM. Love it. Laura says, Aberdeen show up against us every game, but I reckon we have it in the bag. I'm going 2-1 Rangers. So Laura's got a 2-1 prediction there. Guys, have to check Laura out on TikTok. If you do TikTok, I know some people don't think it's right for older people, but it is part of the social media platform. We do use it here on Glasgow Rangers Nation. Find Laura on TikTok at Laura Hatton Talking Rangers. She's a superstar. Love her to bits. She's brilliant. So check her out. She is great at what she does. So guys, let's have a quick look through some more comments of your comments. We've got a comment here from Mark Grimes. Mark says, Owen, do you think Aberdeen will have the legs to handle 2 intense games in such a short period as we know Rangers can? That's the big question. You know, they have in the past suffered, haven't they? And that's probably why they were near the bottom of the league to start off with. But I think the issue you've got here is very much the fact that, yes, in the past they have struggled when they've come back from Europe, but I don't think they will today, Mark, because it's Rangers. Because it's Rangers, it's different, isn't it? Because it's Rangers, because it's us, they're going to come out and go after us because that's what they do. That's what they do. They hate us and they want to get after us. Malky says Scotty Arfield on TV at Hampden Park. Super Scotty Arfield. Wouldn't you love Scotty Arfield out there on the bench today? Wouldn't you love Scott Arfield to make an appearance? If his season's over, can he not come on loan to us for over the summer, over the winter and play for us? I'd love to have Scott Arfield back. I was a massive Scott Arfield fan. You know, he a great player, top player, and someone who wore his heart on his sleeve and was Rangers to the core. Cut that man in half and he bleeds red, white and blue, doesn't he? But look, this team today, I think, has the potential to really go on and be very successful. You know, it is the strongest team on paper. Is it the ideal team? Of course not. You'd love to see Nicholas Raskin possibly inside there alongside John Lundstrom. Of course you would. You know, you'd love to see perhaps Danilo up front. Perhaps you wouldn't. I don't know. Some people do have questioned Danilo. But, you know, just to recap that team for you, for those of you 100 people watching, guys, smash the like. And if you're not yet subscribed, why should you subscribe? Well, this is a daily Rangers news channel, as well as a podcast channel, as well as a live stream channel. All of those things, guys. And remember this, guys. Always remember this. No paywall, no Patreon, guys. No paywall, no Patreon here. So teams, to recap it for you, Butland in goal, back four, Tav, Goldson, Balogun and Barisic. Lundstrom and Sterling are your holders. McCausland wide right, Seamer wide left, Cantwell in the 10 role and Dessers up front. Your bench today, McCrory, Ridvan, Suter, Lammers, Matondo, Dowell. Kieran Dowell is back, boys and girls. Amazing. Scott Wright, Mr. Hampden Park. You remember the last time he played at Hampden Park? How we changed that semi-final against Hearts? Can Scotty Wright do it again today and against his former club? People always score against their former clubs. Obviously, Kamar Roof, who scored on Thursday night, was our goal here on Thursday, and Leon King, who missed Thursday night because he was involved in a car crash with his mother. Apparently, that's what Phillipe Clement said at his press conference the other day. RM says, have faith, people. We have this. Scott Cunningham says, season-defining game, 100%, Scott. I've said that all week. I said not for the manager, but for the players. A season-defining game for the players. Because these players have been doubted. And as Phillipe Clement said in his presser yesterday, he said, look, there has been some bad things and some negative things written about some of my players. It is a chance to change perceptions tomorrow. It is a chance to really rewrite write a page in history for this club. And I think that's right. That's spot on. It is a great chance to do that. JB McKean says, we are the people. Easy win today for the Jers. I wish I had your confidence, JB. Weirdly not nervous. Really fancy us to get after them, says DC. Big Philippe, thanks for joining us from Hampden Park. Big Dujon to physically dominate the middle, which will allow Cantwell time to pull the strings. Let's do this. Put it to bed early and allow time for Hampden Scotty to put the icing on the cake, obviously meaning Scott Wright. Is that the plan, Philippe? Get a couple of goals up and then put Hampden Scotty on the pitch. Big Philippe, I know that Big Philippe is a massive fan of the channel. We talk a lot, being Big Philippe. I wish. But guys, we will be going for press access eventually on this channel. When we get to 5K, we will be checking out press access. So please, obviously, look out for that. Look, today is a massive. It's just huge. It is the first step on what could be a great season for us. It really could. You know, there's a renewed sense of belief, and I think, look, we've all talked these players down. We've all cast doubt on these players, haven't we? You know, Cyril Dessers, John Lundstrom, James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, Borna Barisic. They've in particular have all had doubts cast upon them. Today is the day we put that right. Today is the day that we have to write this page in history. You know, today is the day we again put another reference point down. We put a reference point down Thursday night against Real Betis to go into that game, a game that nobody expected us to win, a game that nobody expected us to perform in. We put a reference point down. Today is another game to lay down a reference point and show the whole of Scotland and the whole of Europe that we are to be taken seriously again under this new manager. Can anyone tell me the value of Michael Stewart as the pundit? He's rag rotten. I agree, absolutely. Malky, yeah, absolutely. Well said, PC. Absolutely. Phil Clement makes a lot of sense, doesn't he? Blue Nose says treble incoming. John, I hope so, buddy. I hope so. I absolutely hope so. Got to nullify Shinnie. He has to be let dictate the play in the middle of the park. We do have to. And I think that's something that Lundstrom and Sterling are going to have to do today. Phillipe saying good afternoon, everyone. Phillipe, wish all the boys all the best from the changing rooms, guys. Obviously, look, today I think it's got to be a 90-minute performance. It's got to be the same caliber as Thursday night. There's no shocking first half and a second half comeback. It has to be from minute one. We go from minute one. We play with an intensity. We play with a passion. We play quickly. I don't want to see this pass sideways backwards, pass sideways backwards, slowing the game down. That won't work against Aberdeen. That will not work against Aberdeen. Aberdeen will be bang up for this. We know they'll be bang up for this. This is their Champions League final. This is their Champions League final. At the end of the day, this is the game they want to win more than any other game. You know, they want to beat us more than they want to beat Celtic, more than they want to beat any team. You know, this is the game that today that they are going to be, you know, desperately going after. They desperately want to get the result in here, and they're not going to give up, and they're going to fight. Their team today, guys. I know we're probably not really interested in their team today, but let's have a quick look at their team for the game today. Just a quick flish up. I'll quickly flick it up on the screen. If you just give me a moment, bring it up for you. So their team for today is as follows. Quickly get this back on the screen. It will be up in 2 seconds, guys. Just a few slowing internet options here. Come on, let's get this up and running. It's not working. If you can see that yet. Has it come up yet? It's really slow at the moment, guys. I do apologise. Anyway, their team. Kelleroos in goal. They've got Devlin, Shinnie, Yen. That was the thick muppet that pulled the jersey. Pulled Goldson's jersey, wasn't he? They gave away the penalty. So there you go. That's the team. McGrath, Miovski, Clarkson, Hayes, Sokler, Rubicic. That is their team for today. Obviously, you know, you look at that team there, the threats that they have on that team are Miovski, Clarkson, Sokler, Shinnie. They are the kind of the big things. They are the ones that we've got to watch today, the ones we've got to get after today. Bojan Miovski and Sokler, like I said, that's one we've really got to kind of secure those two, not let those two run wild today, not let them run off us at all, guys. That has got to be it. That has got to be the way it's done. I've told the lads we can be heroes, and it just won't be for one day. Love it. Isn't that a song? Arnie C says, Blue Nose John, there's a long way to go before we can start talking about trebles. As we know, Arnie, we know it's one game at a time. We take the Phillipe Clement approach, one game at a time. That's the way it has to be. It has to be. Kevin Robb says, we are winning this. Don't care who is in their team. So it was just interesting for me to look at what their team is for today's game. But guys, this has got to be today a defining moment, a line drawing moment for Rangers. You know, we've been doubted for a long time now. We've had our doubts cast upon us for a long time now. It's time we actually went out there and showed the whole of Scotland, the whole of Britain, the whole of Europe that we are back, that we have the manager to be back, and we are going to be taken seriously. And then in January, we'll strengthen some more. In January, we go there and we carry on building, and we build this team, and we take that title, which is our title, back, and we take this city back. JB McKean says 3-1 Rangers. A lot of people going for 3-1. That's my prediction, 3-1. Well, guys, I'm going to head off in a moment and get myself prepped for the live stream. Thank you to everyone who's come on for this short pod this afternoon, just to give you the teams. The last reminder of that team for today. Butland, Tav, Goldson, Balogun, Barisic, Lundstrom, Sterling, McCausland, Cantwell, Seamer, Dessers is your starting 11 for Big Phil. And on the bench, McCrory, Ridvan, Suter, Lammers, probably straightening his hair as we speak. Matondo, Dowell is back. Scott Wright, Scott Hamden Part Wright, Kamaru and Leon King all back. Guys, thank you so much, guys. If you haven't smashed the sub yet, please smash that sub. Help the channel to keep on growing. And you know what? If you have any other social media platforms, you can find us on all these social media platforms, guys. TikTok, Glasgow Rangers Nation. Instagram, Glasgow Rangers Nation. On Facebook, the group is called Glasgow Rangers Nation Official. You have to put official in or else you don't get the right group. And X, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it, is at GRN1872. If you want to come and join us on any of those platforms, guys, 100%. RSC Las Vegas Loyal, the Las Vegas Loyal, guys. What time is it in Las Vegas? I think it's about what? About 6 a.m. Must be really weird watching football at 6 a.m. in the morning. Very weird indeed. But this is a game today that we are capable of winning. If we turn up, if we play as we did on Thursday night, there is no reason why come around about, 5 o'clock tonight, we cannot be lifting that Viaplay League Cup high into the freezing cold air, no doubt, of Glasgow and celebrating the first, hopefully, of 4 trophies this season. But it is one game at a time. It is 1 week at a time. It is 1 month at a time. It is a chance to really push this, guys. Let's do this. Let's win this today. On the way out, as always, I ask you 2 things from me. Number 1, smash the like. And number 2, please always remember, we are the people.